Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to bring you another quick makeup tip for you guys today. So today's video is gonna be about brows, okay? So as always in the makeup world, there's so many ways you can do things, but I wanted to teach you guys a really easy and simple way to fill in your brows, especially if you're just like on the go, you're getting ready for work, whatever. And I wanted to give you a makeup tip for when you're trying to go out, when you're trying to look snatched, when you're trying to look super amazing, you're going out, whatever. You can combine the two. You can make your eyebrows however dark you want them to be, and you can just do whatever you want. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I like to do, and I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see, I filled in my brows just a little bit. But what I use is this Anastasia Beverly Hills tinted brow gel in the color Granite. They have a lot of different colors. If you have blonde hair, if you have like really black hair, I'm kind of like in between. The trick is especially if you have like lightened hair, or maybe if you have blonde hair and it's darker, or you have dark hair and it's whatever the case may be, I like to use my root color to determine the color of my brows, because it just blends in and makes it look and appear more natural. So I've chosen a really dark color that somewhat matches my roots, so that it just kind of blends in. You can kind of see. So this brow gel, I'm gonna open it. It's like literally just this little brush, and I'm just gonna brush it. I'm gonna use the front of my brow and I'm gonna brush it on, and I'm gonna use these like upward sweeping motions. Okay, try to focus my camera so you guys can see. I'm gonna use these upward sweeping motions on this half of my brow, and like notice how dark this brow gel makes your brows, okay? And then on the outside, I'm gonna kind of use a sideways sweeping motion. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. I'm going to use this upward sweeping motion to kind of get those brows nice and dark. And then a side sweeping motion for the sides. Okay, so here's kind of what you guys can decide on. So I typically like to leave my brows looking like this when I go to work, because I'm not in a beauty pageant when I go to work. So I like to leave them somewhat natural, and I do not microblade or anything, so this is like literally my brows, okay? Or you can do the second thing. So I have this Goof Proof brow pencil by Benefit, and it's got two sides. One is going to be the actual pencil side, and you can see it's kind of like slanted a little bit to kind of help you define your brows a little bit better. And then it's got the eyebrow pencil, or the eyebrow brush. So I typically like to start by brushing out my brows, and I sweep them in an upward motion like this, like that, to get them ready, okay? Okay, and so my husband and I are going on a date tonight, so I'm gonna fill in and make my brows a little bit darker, because you can kind of see like the brow gel doesn't really kind of get in between the nooks and crannies, so I want to make them like look really amazing. So I'm gonna open this, and again, there are like a lot of stencils out there that you guys can use to be able to do your eyebrows, but I don't like to use stencils. I like to use what I have, okay? And kind of where I start, I'm going to focus in so you guys can see really close, is I like to start by outlining the brow. So I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to follow the natural curve of my brow. See that? And I started from the middle all the way to the back, okay? And then I'm going to take the top, and I'm going to outline the top, and just use the natural curve of my brow. I'm not gonna draw on new brows or anything. I mean, I have done that, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that right now. And then I'm gonna fill in the gaps, okay? So the first step is to just outline the brows, get the shape that you want, and then fill them in. And my brows look pretty good right now because I got my brows waxed not too long ago, so typically they're a little bit more hairy. Okay, so I'm going to fill them in kind of from here to about here. I want that part of my brow dark, and then I kind of want the front of my eyebrows to look a little bit more natural, like as natural as they can be. So I'm going to move my eyebrow pencil, and I'm going to tip it upwards, and I'm going to draw like hair strokes right here. I'm just going to draw hair strokes, because what that's doing is it's filling in my brow, but not as dark as this side, and it's giving kind of more of that like natural look. Okay, I'll show you again. So like, see the difference? See how like drawn in and dark this eyebrow is versus this one? Because this is where we started. This is where we ended up. Okay, so depending on what you like, you can stop here. You can stop with the natural looking brows, or you can kind of go a little bit darker if you've got date night or whatever you want. Okay, so again, I'm going to start by outlining my eyebrow, and I start at the bottom. Just going to outline it. Okay, you can see, kind of see that line. And then I kind of start here, and I go down. Just like that. Okay? And then I fill in the gaps. And I kind of try and like continue to shape it as I fill in, because sometimes I can't fill it in all that well without shaping it again. I gotta look in the mirror, make sure I'm like doing this right. It's hard to look in the camera. Okay, and then I'm going to turn my pencil again, and I'm going to start doing these upward strokes. And then when you go back through, you can edit the other eyebrow. Did I really just say the word edit? Yeah, I did. You can like look at the other eyebrow to make sure that they match and kind of adjust as needed. Okay, so this is what I do for my eyebrows, you guys. Super simple, super easy. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you guys can see. So obviously, you know, they are much darker than they were to begin with, but they're really not that dark. And if you guys are going for a more sophisticated look, you're going to go out, you're going to do something, I like to draw in my eyebrows a little bit more. I don't know, that's just me. So you guys, super easy, super simple. If you have questions, comments, I know I went through that kind of fast, but once you get the hang of it, it really is easy to do. You just start by outlining your brows, and then you fill in starting from the back to about halfway, and then do the upward strokes once you get closer to your eye, and that's it. Super simple, you guys. So as always, if you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel. I would love it if you did. And comments, questions, anything that you want to voice, please leave a comment below. And as always, if you guys have an idea or a makeup hack that you want to see, if you guys want to see anything, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to do it for you guys. Okay? So I think that's it for today, and I will see you in the next one. and then I'll talk about next steps after.